do, a live before I shut it down. I got to get up and be on my way to work in a few hours. So, I want to talk about this Steve Harvey thing because I find it very ironic. This is a clear case of when simping goes wrong or when the simp get pimped. And this story seems to be getting worse by the minute now. Steve Harvey's team or publicists or basically his people have came out and said that no one has filed for divorce, but that's yet to be proven. But it's coming out that his wife Marjorie is really for the streets. Now there's reports coming out that she had an alleged affair with not only a bodyguard that he knew, but a personal chef. So she's spreading it like mustard. Real talk. But then again, this is the same dude that wrote a book um, called "Think Like a Man," telling ladies to think like a man. Well, I guess his wife, the main component, basically his so-called better half, decided to think like a man because apparently there's rumors saying that she is seeking half of his wealth. Now, reports are saying that Steve Harvey is worth around $200 million. So basically, he could be out of $100 million if he didn't make her sign a prenup. And based off how ignorant Steve Harvey sounds at times, he probably didn't. And a lot of people are like, I don't feel one bit sorry for Steve Harvey because at the end of the day, Steve Harvey, came across as he better than everybody and he has a questionable personality. And at the same time, there's questions of how Steve Harvey is as a man, but yet he trying to tell other men, and particularly black men, how to conduct themselves as a man when this is a dude that to me hasn't really made amends with really either of his first two wives, and then allegedly that he was stepping out on his last wife with the person that he's currently married to now, and then his wife Marjorie has a very shaky and questionable background. Look, I know people can change and all that kind of stuff, and that's true, but at the same time, some people never change. Some people are who they are. So it is a case by case basis, but it just appears to me that she ain't that cool because apparently she left him before when basically he went broke and then came back. So she all about the bag. So yeah, I guess so. Yeah, right on, William. Like I said, nobody feels sorry for when the funk hits the fan. Yeah, his bank account about to be split in half. You know, because I seen this dude sitting up there being a lifetime simp, talked about, oh, women don't have to bring nothing to the table. Says who? See, the woman is the prize. Says who? Nigga, please. And I mean, he was just simping so hard. I mean, he was like, for real. He was making men look weak and he came across as weak. And then, not to mention his history of how he had issues with, people that work for him that said things about him. So I'm just laughing at the fact that his wife was stepping out on him, not only with one person, but an additional person. So that just goes to show you that she didn't value him or the marriage. But then again, what what would you expect from a woman that went from her ex-husband to having a baby with her ex-husband's cousin? So does this come across as surprising? But yet he telling women to think like a man. Well, you should. I don't pay Steve Harvey no mind. He a dude that's just laughable, and he just looks like a damn fool. He trying to tell other men how to be man, and you can't even keep your wife legs open. I mean, you can't even keep your wife's legs closed, cause she seemed to be giving it up like it's going out of style. She seemed to be giving it up to bodyguards and chefs and all that kind of stuff. So how you gonna sit up there and try to give man advice? when you were when you were a bad husband and a bad father. You basically don't have nothing to do with your biological children, but you sitting up there worried about somebody else's daughter that took your last name and making a mockery out of your name by basically being a Hollywood jump off. But you trying to talk about somebody else. You trying to tell other men how to be men, but you ain't even man enough to keep your woman faithful. But you trying to point your finger and wag your finger at everybody else. Nigga, stop. Yeah, they deserve each other. Yeah, they deserve each other. They both they I could truly say that they deserve each other. And as his wife deserved him and he deserved his wife. They were made for each other. Cause neither one of them seemed to be no good and ain't worth shit. Steve Harvey ain't about shit, and apparently his wife ain't about shit. So, you know what I'm saying? When you have two people that ain't about shit that blend together, guess what you have? A big pile of shit. Like I said before, this dude tried to give guys like me and you advice, and he married a jump off. He married a trap queen. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He that too. He. Yeah, exactly. If I was Steve Harvey, I would tell her that she need to change her name back to whatever her name was. Man, take my man for real. But I don't even know if that's biologically. I mean, excuse me. I don't even think that's her actual name. I think that's like her Hollywood name. I don't even think that she like legally changed her name to Harvey, because you know they have people that celebrities. They have what they call their, you know what I'm saying, their stage name, and then their um their government name. Like Jamie Foxx's real name is Eric Bishop. His stage name is Jamie Foxx, but his government name is Eric Bishop. He doesn't, his celebrity name is Jamie Foxx. So a lot of, just like Bruce Willis' real name wasn't Bruce Willis. His real name was Walter Bruce Willis. But who call themselves Walter? So I don't even think that I don't even think she legally changed her name to Harvey. I think that's just the name she used, for clout and to establish herself in Hollywood. So I don't even know if she really legally changed her name to Harvey. But due to the fact that she got that name and she walked around with that name, whatever she does reflects back to him. So that's another thing. Like I said, you can't keep your wife in check. You can't keep your stepdaughter in check. But you trying to tell, once again, you trying to tell primarily black men how to conduct themselves and try to give us relationship advice. This is the last nigga that I would take any kind of relationship advice from. It's laughable to think that he even sit up here trying to give some advice on how to maintain a home, and this nigga can't even maintain his own home. Where he got his wife basically messing with bodyguards and chefs, and his daughter is sitting up there basically stick jumping or pole jumping. But you try to give me and other people advice. Laughable. Oh yeah, Steve Harvey been game goofy, and now everybody see it. And now, due to the fact that it appears that his dumb ass didn't make her sign a prenup, he may have to give up $100 million. So basically, checkmate as far as that woman goes. What's up, man? So Steve Harvey got the ultimate checkmate. And he I don't even know how we could even call him game goofy. He has no game. Just listening to him talk on Shannon Sharp, talk about women ain't got to bring nothing to the table. They are the prize and all. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here, bro. For real, man. So your prize was sitting up there screwing around, right? Your prize who didn't have to bring nothing to the table, was sitting around, you know what I'm saying, sharing her goodies with basically a personal chef and a bodyguard. And don't be surprised if what's up, and don't be surprised if more pop up. When I first heard about this lady and I did like research on her and I just started shaking my head, I was like, oh, okay, Steve. So this is for real, man. You try to give relationship advice. Think like a man. Well, like I said, she thought like a man because your ass possibly finna get pimped out of $100 million and nothing to show for it. But then again, this is Steve Harvey's character. Like I said before, this dude tried to snake. He tried to snake Bernie Mac out of that Ocean's 11 gig. Then it was just other things that he was doing and stuff. Then his issues with him mistreating his staff, talking about his staff had to make an appointment to talk to him and all that kind of stuff. So it was just like listening to this dude, like, man, come on, man. He didn't even know how to, announce the correct winner at a beauty pageant contest. Yeah, Chappelle, she for the streets. But then again, listen, y'all. She already did hit the wall anyway. She like in her late 50s or whatever, mid 50s or something. But Kevin Samuels warned us about women like her. I'm just saying, rest in peace to you know what I'm saying. Rest in peace, man, to the Godfather Kevin Samuels. He warned people. He warned a lot of brothers about women like that. But you had people, undermining him, trying to, you know what I'm saying? You had a bunch of simps, a bunch of captains coming after Kevin Samuels. Yeah, he always that's Steve Harvey's character. He always was snaking people. Dude is a lifetime snake. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But like I said, we were warned. Kevin Samuels warned us about niggas like Steve Harvey, and he warned us about chicks like Marjorie. Cause I done met a couple of them in my lifetime. Look, I ain't the perfect person. I done got, you know what I'm saying? I done got played by chicks. And if you from the Bay Area, some of these women from the Bay Area got just as much game as we do. Some of them even better. So like I said, for me to become, you know what I'm saying? For me to become a better G in the streets, I had to get played. So I know. Yep. So I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it 100, man. I had to, I had to take a couple of, I had to take a couple of L's in the streets. I had to take a couple of L's, with these chicks and shit. So, like I said, it helped me become, more, game and game oriented. Say it like E40 would say. So, so I'm just saying. You know what? I messed with a chick that was from Hunters Point. She was with the shit. She was with the shit. The Richmond chicks, they'll just set you up. The Oakland chicks, they just know how to, you know what I'm saying? They just know how to pull the wool over you. They have you thinking that you the number one and you actually number four. So, but like I said, I had to learn. I had to learn. You know what? That's the thing. I ain't even got my passport. I gotta work on that. I just, when you gotta understand when you fill out that form and stuff to try to get a passport, I'm talking about it has to be accurate, gotta be I'm talking about you can't make no mistakes, you can't, cross nothing out. I'm talking about you gotta have perfect penmanship on that passport thing. So, I got the paperwork, I just ain't filled it out yet. But, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna become a permanent passport, bro. But I do plan on going to South Africa since everybody's talking about South Africa and all that stuff, all the hoopla about South Africa. As far as Brazil go, I didn't heard some things about Brazil that I'm not liking, about Brazil, but but you never know. I appreciate that. I don't know how. Hey, man, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just hard to get away with that kind of stuff, man, in this day and age, man, because people just be talking. And the thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you. Unfortunately, niggas ain't solid like how they used to be. Nah, I got the paperwork. I'm just saying the penmanship part, and I don't want to make no mistakes. I have to feel because if you make one mistake, you got to fill it out. You got to fill it out all over again. I ain't never been to Brazil, but it's something else I didn't heard about Brazil that I don't like though. But I talk about that another day and another time. But nah, but for real, um, you know, people got to understand, like in this day and age, um, I noticed that they trying to, like I said, I talked about this in other videos. They trying to do this thing where they try to straight shame you now, all this stuff about simp culture, because that's why people hated Kevin Samuels, because he wasn't with simp culture. Now these women now want to do the role reversal where they want to be the dominant figure. They want to be the dominant species in the house. That's why you meeting chicks whose voices are deeper, and you running across men whose voices are lighter. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't like that. And it's like they shaming you to be masculine, you know, and particularly black men and stuff. Look what's going on now. Look how all of a sudden they bringing back those zesty suspect short shorts that they used to wear at the NBA back in the day. Say what you want to say about Michael Jordan. I love Michael Jordan for bringing the shorts in, the real shorts in, the Knickerbocker shorts. Because at the end of the day, what is a man, a grown heterosexual man wearing thigh high shorts, wear Daisy Dukes? I'm just, I never liked that look at the NBA. I thought that was like real zesty. But that's what they trying to do. They trying to destroy manhood. And they getting the assistance of some of these black dudes, and particularly some of these dudes that's supposed to be prominent figures in entertainment. You walking around seeing dudes wearing purses and headscarves and nail polish, the little yachties of the world. The what's the other dude's name? What's the other dude's name? I can't think of his name. The dude from Philadelphia. That dude. Um, you just seeing the zestiness. They trying to shame and make you feel guilty about wanting to look like a man and talk like a man and conduct yourself like a man. And that's one of the main reasons why I've been going in on Carissa Shields about trying to emasculate Keith Urban. And then when people call her out, she trying to play the gender card by said, oh, well, if you talk about me, you're demeaning women's boxing. No, we're not demeaning women's boxing. We're demeaning you because you trying to demean and you trying to emasculate another black man. Doesn't matter whether Keith Thurman is light skinned or not. Still, it just gotta be said. A lot of people run from these. A lot of people run from these. Yeah, yeah, him too. I cannot remember that dude's name. He was on the he was the dude on the Bad and Bougie. The one who replaced Takeoff, because Takeoff wasn't on that on Bad and Bougie. That dude from Philly. Yeah, that dude. So that's what they doing now. And Steve Harvey, he just a reflection of what's wrong with men. At the end of the day, yeah, they say that women are supposed to follow certain guidelines, But women never want to follow guidelines, but they have all these expectations that men are supposed to follow. Like you are supposed to bring something to the table. And as far as your twat go, you can get twat anywhere. That's I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the easiest thing for a man to get. Whether he get it for free or whether he buy it, that's the easiest. That doesn't mean nothing because one way or another, we get that anywhere. When we ask, what do you bring to the table besides besides your twat? I'm serious. What do you? Can you bring your mind? Can you bring your body? Can you bring your soul? Can you bring your intelligence? Can you help me, a dude that's trying to make money, make more money? And that's what we mean by what do you bring to the table? Because, like I said, we could find any random chick to have have a baby with. Yeah, right or wrong. Any woman could have a baby by us. That doesn't amount to nothing based off how children are devalued anyway and based off how children are raised. Children are raised not to value themselves or other people. So does that mean anything anymore? So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm just laughing at dudes like Steve Harvey because he took a major L. He looks stupid and he needs to shut his ass up. I don't want to hear from that dude no more. Please do not write no more books. Please don't tell, you know what I'm saying? You kind of was breaking the guide code. Or you was breaking the guide code by trying to give away some of our secrets, telling women how to basically be able to counteract anything that we, bring in their direction. And basically, he kind of was giving women a blueprint to try to co op and undermine men. And due to the fact that he's a black man, I'm going to say black men because at the end of the day, I don't interact with uh, non blacks that much. So when I'm talking to people, I'm talking to my community. So I hold him accountable for a lot of this bullshit and some of these black men's weak mentality that they have. Nobody says that you have to sit up there and go Ike Turner to a woman every day, but at the same time, you got to stand your ground. You got to get them to respect you. And a lot of women don't understand that. If they respect, then in all likelihood, we will protect. But a lot of women these days, they want something for nothing. They want to take, but they don't want to give. And then when you have dudes like Steve Harvey that compromise and co-op masculinity and being a man and standing your ground, because here's the thing, if you don't have the respect of the women in your community, nobody from other communities is going to respect you. And you see that basically throughout, basically on an everyday basis, where our women go out of their way to disrespect us and demean us as men because they've been conditioned to think that they are better men than we are, and that is absolutely fucking false. It's not even remotely true. But that's what happens when you've been compromised and when you've been brainwashed due to Willie Lynch, Jim Crow, and other circumstantial things strictly targeted towards the black community. But there you have it. I got to get to bed because I got to get up, go to work, but we will continue this conversation. It's your boy Town. I'm out.